Welcome back to Saxthorpe Farms, and something a little bit different, at least for this save. We have a couple of grass working contracts to do. So our mowers are going to get their first use, as is the bale wrapper. So yeah, we have fields 6 and 7 to mow. Or it's silage. Yep, they're both silage contracts. Had a moment then. And yeah, it's my first time doing grass work on Saxthorpe, so that's going to be cool. We can condition is on. So control Y is work mode. So put those down and switch them on and get a bunch of grass mowed. So yeah. It looks like there's a different texture on here as well. I should know. I've been watching Cartech play on Saxthorpe for ages, but you know, I don't always pay that much attention to stuff sometimes. Yeah, I think probably I'll do the work in the first field, and maybe in the second field we'll get course play to run stuff for us, because I will also need to be collecting the bales. I do have the auto load trailer that I'll be using to do that. And then any excess that we get, we will keep for future cow farming. So, which is why I'm kind of mowing whatever it'll let me, because the more bales we get, the more better. Yeah, we don't own any grassland at the moment, so seems like it's going to let us mow a fair bit, which is quite nice. I'm not sure if we're getting anything dropping off of that side, but you know, may as well try and get as much as possible. So, and it doesn't really matter. I don't think I've activated the premium DLC yet on here, but we can't do any planting until spring anyway. I think I had a look on the GitHub for crop rotation, and it doesn't look like they had updated it last time I looked. So I might have a look at updating it myself. I don't know how well that will work with the issues that Maize Plus has had, where the new crops are not loaded before some mods. So we'll see how that goes. I might just have to play around with the mod and see how it handles those crops. It may default to something which might be good enough for now. But I do want to do at least a field of one of the new crops. So probably red beets or beetroot, because I'm doing the other crops on other maps. So sounds like a plan to me. And it's gets kind of limiting, I guess, because there's 3 crops. The kit and the process is the same for all of them. I mean, that's not unlike a whole load of other things on here, so I shouldn't really whinge about that. But you know me, I do like a bit of a whinge. What was I going to look at? I was going to have a look at something. I was going to have a look at the cost of harvester's price, so I haven't activated the DLC yet, so I can't. So yeah. Oh well. So you may or may not have noticed this video has live commentary, and that is because life is stupidly busy. I want to try and keep things flowing. So yep, this is how we're going to do it. And it may be that this is a short video, or I don't get anything done. I have a time I need to stop playing, so that's what I'm going to do. And I will work, or not work, play until that point. So yeah, let's make sure I want to run on a decent angle. I think on here we don't need, probably just run at 180. Yeah, off we go. So we can get this done. I don't think it's going to take that long. And yes, I know I can extend the mowers. For headlands, I don't like to do that. Actually, for the up-down rows, I could. But now I've started, I'm not going to. So the reason I don't for the headlands is you end up leaving quite a lot behind if you do that. We can actually go on single rows for that. So yeah, I found that when I was doing headlands and when I extended them out to their maximum width, I would miss a lot as I swept around the corner, and hence I have not. But you can do it on the up-down rows and it's fine. But gaining a meter is probably not going to save us that much time. So, well, what have we got to chat about? Actually, one very cool thing, and I have installed it, I haven't used it yet, is that FarmSim 23 is available if you have a Netflix subscription for free. And it's available permanently if you download it. So thanks to Pete for telling me how to do that. What I found is you just go into, the way I did it, just went into the Netflix app on my phone, and actually it was on the home screen pretty much. So yeah, you just then download it. You click download, it takes you to the game on the Play Store, and it installs it comes up actually as a Netflix version of the game. So yeah, it installs it, you can play it. So I've installed it, haven't played it yet. But yeah, nice kind of, I want to say freebie, but if you're paying for a Netflix subscription, obviously it's not free, but if you're paying for a Netflix subscription, you're paying for that anyway. So I kind of do see those kind of things as free. Some people might, some people might not, but I have had a Netflix subscription for a long time anyway, because we make quite a lot of use of it, particularly with having had a teenager in the house and having a wife who's too ill to work. It helps, So we have a lot of subscriptions. So I have Netflix, have Amazon Prime, mainly because of the delivery, but then you get the TV as well. And then if you're in the UK, you will understand this. If you're not, I'll try and explain it. So the supermarket Tesco's has its club card point system, and you can get Disney Plus for a third of the price using by reclaiming some of the points that you collect when you're shopping for your groceries. So what that is, if you're not in the UK, is when you shop in their store, you get, I think, for every £1 you spend, you get like 1p back, something like that. I'm not exactly sure of the numbers. I do the shopping anyway, and I get stuff back. And so you can do it as, I think you do it as a 3-month block, and you essentially pay for 1 month. So, and because it's money that you get back from doing your shopping anyway, it's essentially free. Problem is, I often forget and then end up paying for a few months, and then I do it again. And the nice thing about Disney Plus is it has a lot of stuff other than Disney on it. So we do make a lot of use of all of them. So at the moment on Disney Plus, I think it's on Disney Plus, I'm watching NCIS. Most of the way through the first season. It's one of those things that I tend to binge occasionally. Particularly if Mrs. D is having a bad night or a bad day and has gone to bed early. Something that I'll often stick on as background noise because, I've seen them before a long time ago. I don't really remember all of the story, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I will stick them on and have them on in the background when I'm probably playing video games. So yeah, I like it. And we probably spend far too much on things like that because we also have a cable TV subscription, and that's ridiculously expensive in the UK. But as I said, we make good use of it. So, and we don't drink or smoke or anything like that. So it's we don't have those vices. So spending it on entertainment is kind of the same thing, I guess. Oh, right. So just need to move OBS, so you guys will have lost game sound for a moment then, but right. Let's finish this field up, and then what I'm going to do is the other field we've got to do is the one just behind us. I'm not sure how we get to it, but I'll then stick the mowers on horseplay in that field, and I'll jump in I think I've got the baler on the 7230, and I'll bale this field, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll move the baler over, put it on horseplay, and brought the aggro start over with the bale wrapper, which I haven't used in a very long time, so that will be fun. I do like using older tractors sometimes in it. On Glenarth I do it all the time because we've got such a fleet of tractors that occasionally it's quite nice to break out one of the old, tractors that we used early on. You guys know if you're watching, but now the original tractors that I brought are now on kind of feeding duty, so I like that because it means I get to drive them a lot. Yeah. Right, one more mini swath. And we need to work out how to get in to field 6. And yeah, that hasn't taken too long. Let's lift, hold. Is Control X going to work? Control B? No. Okay. So, if you weren't aware, I was using Control B with the tractor selected to do the raising and lowering. That's a base game feature. That's not a mod feature, but for some reason it wouldn't let me do the switching on and off. Those were the words I was looking for. Right, can we fit through that gap? I don't think we can. So let's move the baler tractor a little bit. There is a little bit of straw left in here, but that's okay. We are on. Ooh. What size bales can I wrap? I need to check that, make sure I don't make any that are too big, and I'm going to guess that we go this way and down the side of the field. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Nope. Are we back? The entrance is just here, so it was just down the road a little bit. So we'll get courseplay going with the mowers. Still on swath dropping. This is not a huge field either, so it shouldn't take too long, I don't think. So we need to unfold the mowers. So the working width works like on diddly squat. There we go. I'm just going to knock that down a tiny bit. And 3 headlands should be enough for courseplay. It'll run that way. Yep. We are on centre first, which is probably better actually when it comes to doing the baling. So we're going to stick with that actually. Yeah. First waypoint, off you go. Fill swath dropping. Yeah, awesome. Right, let's do some baling. So the other thing I need to check first is what size bales does the wrapper do? So bale wrappers, it will do up to 220. Okay, so it's not the maize plus variant. It was whichever one we got on sale in the store. As you know, like most of the kit that we have on here. In fact, we should check the sales. That's so tempting, but we really don't need to spend 160 grand on a tractor. at the moment. Um, anything else that we might need? Not really. That might be nice, but no, not really. Not really. So, oh, was that actually? No, that's not the Mark IV variant. So I really like the little tracked New Holland that we just saw. But the base game version is awful. But in the tractor pack that I got the Defend from, Mark has an edited version which has a bit more power and goes a bit faster. So, you know, that might appear somewhere at some point. Because I think it's kind of cool. And it's one of the few base game methane powered vehicles. Yeah. Looks like the motors are doing okay. So we'll see. Actually, what I should do is let's reset the bale counter because they're contract bales, so they won't show up. We've done one already, so we just need to add one. Yeah. So they sow a lot. It's what it's the you guys will notice this. The word I use as I pause to think. Yeah, Farm Sim 23. I'm very tempted to have a little play with it. It feels to me like, so if this is TMI for you, I am sorry. But I think a lot of us play phone games when we are visiting the water closet. And going to the loo. You got me, right? And I think Farm Sim 23 might become my going to the loo video game. At the moment, it's quite often Sudoku or catching a few minutes of a YouTube video. But yeah, it might now be Farm Sim 23. So at the moment, I haven't even opened it to see what it's like. When it released, I was really tempted to pick it up, but there were a bunch of things that made me think it wasn't worth spending the money at the time, which I think, you know, given that it's free, not so bothered. Not so bothered. I have played one of the mobile versions, but I think it might be 15 because it was free on the Play Store because it's so old. I generally don't pay for mobile phone games because it's not something I will typically sit and play properly like a PC game. So, yeah. And at the moment, the game that I play the most on my phone is Sudoku, which I think I might have just said. So, yeah. But I'm going to have a look at it, I think. I'm going to have a look at it. It might be a good travelling game. Although, you know, most of the time when I'm travelling, I'm driving a car, and it's bad form to try and play video games whilst driving a car. And illegal. Don't do that. Yeah, so I remember I had can't remember what model it was. It was a Mercedes 4x4 as a hire car. Actually wasn't very good for what I needed it for, because I needed it to do some off-road driving for work, and it was running Michelin P0s on like 18-inch alloys, on 19-inch alloys. It was not designed to go off-road, but it did. But it came with a built-in DVD player with the screen, so you could sit and watch DVDs. And I remember being very disappointed when I was stuck in traffic and it would not let me put the DVD player on because, you know, and realistically it's kind of dangerous to be trying to watch a DVD while you're driving. But I was stationary in traffic, and yeah, I was really annoyed that it wouldn't let me sit and watch a DVD. But it was so novel back then. It was probably a good 14 years ago. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. How are we doing for bales? 8 bales at the moment. That's not bad. I'm curious how many we need to deliver. We're getting 6,000 litres a bale. Yeah, so if we go into here, it will tell us that we need to deliver 24,000 litre bales. So that's going to be, we need to deliver 2/3 of that. So about 14 for that contract. And then for the other contract, oh, I can't work that out in my head. What's 2/3 of 47? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? What's that going to be? 10. And then, sorry, 10. No. 2/3 of 47. So, be 20 if it was 30. And then 17, 2/3 of 17 is, let's call it 6. Yeah, so 26 bales in total we should need to deliver to finish the contract, both contracts. So I don't think we'll get that many off just this first field, but we'll see. We will see. Oh, of course, please. Only got 5 minutes left to go. I better move on. Yeah, I haven't used courseplay bale wrapping in a very long time, so that could be interesting. But and these 2 contracts are going to pay us 20 grand, so kind of nice. I do have the massive ploughing contract to do. I might do that between this video and the next one, actually, because it's something that I'm going to do off camera as a, I love ploughing, as you guys know, and something that I'm going to do as a chill out. I just spent about 45 minutes finishing the ploughing on Valley of the Old Farm. I stuck on a couple of Cartech videos and just, it was really relaxing, So, yeah. Then if you're not, go watch Cartech's videos and go subscribe to him. He's very good, in my opinion. And yes, I'm biased because he's my friend, but I think his farm sim videos are very good. He deserves to be much further through the YouTube thing. So I think he's about 60-ish subscribers away from monetization. So if 60 of you aren't subscribed, go subscribe now and do a good thing. And yeah, he's a bit more charismatic than I am, to be honest. As he commented on one of our Diddly Squat videos, he's the charismatic funny one. Maybe. Does that make me the handsome one? I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, go check his videos out. And after that, go find some more small YouTubers to watch. It's a pretty thankless task when you are small. And I think it was a video of Cartex I watched last week, and I suspect most smaller channels have been through it, that phase where you get a bit disillusioned, a bit fed up. And I remember, I don't know if we talked about it on Diddly Squat video. I used to be massively, almost frustrated that it would take me longer to record a Let's Play video than the total watch time they would ever get. So it would typically take me about 3 hours to make a video, and like 10 people would watch it, and they'd watch it for an hour in total or something. It was, yeah, that can be a bit disheartening when you're starting out. definitely not. Well, if you are doing gaming YouTube, it's definitely not one where you're going to get quick wins. I mean, and saying that, one of my friend's sons, I don't know how he's doing now actually with it, but he started making YouTube shorts for some random kids video game. But he was doing really clever stuff with it. His son is really very clever, and they were getting like millions of views. But he, and I think he had the subscriber count to monetize, but because he was doing shorts, he wasn't getting enough watch time or engagement to actually qualify. And so I think he was getting quite frustrated. But he had achieved the subscriber count in like 3 months or something stupid. But yeah, when you're doing this kind of thing, I think you can't expect to 22 bales. I said 20. No, I said I think I said 25. Actually, it's not. It's 20. It's 32 that I need, I think. I'm not sure how many the trailer holds. That will be interesting to check. And what I need to do now is... Wow, that is good timing. Grab the courseplay course. And get the baler going while we switch over to bale wrapping. And this is a much bigger field, so... What are we on 22. Someone remind me of 22. These, so that we can get a bale count for this field. Right, so let's clear that. Just going to pull this off. Let's clip for you, Mark. It's going to move the tractor off to the side. There we go. And get on with wrapping these 20-odd bales. So, let's did it again. I was going to look at something on my phone, but I had to move my phone away because it seems that one of my mobile phones, yes, I have one of my own and one for work, is triggering something in my mic every so often. So, but mod release seemed to be a bit earlier today, at least for updates, and there was a really nice looking update to the MB track. You know, it's a nice, I think that the highest is 150 horsepower, so it's not a huge tractor. But I do want to have a look at that because, you know, I will keep going on about liking JCBs, and it's kind of it feels it may actually be. It's a lot like a predecessor to the fast track, I think. So, don't know my tractor history that well. If you do, you can comment below. But yeah, I feel like that would be a nice addition to maybe Glenlarvan, particularly if it's fast, because you know, there's a lot of getting around the map on there. It's the right sort of age. And some of our tractors do need to retire very soon. So they are getting up there in hours. But again, really bugs me. The next tutorial video I want to try and put together is looking at precision farming and the premium DLC. So I speculated on diddly squat when we planted whatever root crop it was we planted. I forget, it's a week ago. That basically it doesn't integrate very well with precision farming because the ridging doesn't add any fertilization level, I think. Doesn't appear to on the mini map, and you can plant with the planter without ridging. So the testing that I'm planning to do this evening, if I'm not completely dead when I finish doing this and then decorating for an hour or so, is yield, base game, fully fertilized, fully limed, etc. Yield, precision farming with ridging, fully limed, fully fertilized, and then yield, precision farming, but not ridging. And just see if there is any difference. I suspect that there won't be. I suspect that ridging is a visual effect for precision farming. I am not certain. I have not tested it, but I will be. So that potentially will be Saturday's video. We will see if I actually get it done tonight. It's Thursday at the moment. And I would need to finish it tomorrow. So, and tomorrow being Friday is generally diddly day. So, but I also have a whole load of work to do, a couple of other videos to make, and a bedroom to continue decorating. So yeah, definitely burning the candle at both ends and in the middle at the moment. As I have also, I mentioned it at the end of the Glenlarvan video, but not properly. I am doing a new running plan, which I picked up from a coaching website, and I have gone from running. Didn't want to take that one. Gone from running 4 days a week, or 4 to 5 days a week, to 6 days a week, but slightly shorter. And yeah, that means I need to fit in a run on a Friday as well. So, and this will shock you. I am a massive creature of habit. And Friday morning for work is food shopping day, so I can't do it before work. So yeah, I've got to try and fit that in. So far, I'm quite skeptical. I've trained using basically variants of the same training program for 3 years, and so switching is kind of a big thing for me. Change is bad, remember? And yeah, I downloaded this plan. I paid for it and downloaded it. It is it's from the author of a book which I really like, and really like the principles that he uses. It's recommended by a couple of my friends, one of who is a running coach. So, and yeah, it's just like, doesn't feel like it's enough at the moment, but trusting the process. So just about. How's the baler doing? Got 7 minutes to go, so I'm going to head over to that field and start. I could try and start course plate on bale wrapping while we grab the other 7250 and the bale trailer. Might be sensible. I'm just going to go and check. I think this bale might be a bigger bale. Yeah, it is. So the first bale out was a 240 centimetre bale, so we cannot wrap that. Right, that's a bit of a pain, because that means we're going to end up with a grass bale that we cannot wrap. But we're going to have loads, so it's not a problem. We got the majority of what we need to deliver off of this field, so yeah, I don't think we have a problem. This was the smaller field. Right. I should add. I would need to change this to a modded one. I should add my custom bale wrap on here. I did quite like having that. Right. Let's get this round to the field. and see how courseplay does. It's been a while since I have tried using courseplay for bale wrapping. I think most of my attempts recently were, well, not recently, most of my recent attempts, most of my most recent attempts have been pretty unsuccessful, but you know, give it a try. We'll give it a try. So, looks like there's a fair bit of mist grass on here as well, but off you go. Do your thing. Looks like it's, yeah, right. I need to jump in that tractor. Drop the weed off. I need to do a whole load of cleanup after the last mega planting session. But where is the bale trailer? Might be in the trailer shed. That would be sensible, wouldn't it? There it is. Now, I think that header might be in. Let's push that out of the way first. So I need to do a whole load of clearing up around the place. Especially now we're finished with harvest for a year. Grab that. I really want to swap some of the kit over. There's been some really nice things released recently that I would like to swap. And one of them is our grain trailers. So, yeah, definitely would like to swap our grain trailers over to the ones that were released a little while ago. I don't remember the brand of them, but we don't need you open. And you'll see that the canola has germinated, which is awesome. And, a few weed seeds did escape Rob. So you were right. They were hiding under the soil, waiting to germinate. Entrance is just down here. Right. F1. I don't think the version that I have installed on here had bale collector with it. Let's check in the key binding for universal auto load. Let's scroll all the way down. Universal auto load, toggle loading, toggle unloading. Automatic bale collecting mode. Control Shift R. Let's see if that worked or not. I remember last time having issues with it not working. No. So we're going to have to go around and pick each one up individually. I don't remember why it doesn't work. I don't know if it's the... So I edited this trailer to work with Universal Auto Load. Could be that. Could be that I need to update Universal Auto Load. So it works on most of the times that I've used it. So I'm not sure why it's not working this time. But that's okay. So actually we could just use the liters, couldn't we? As a way of knowing if we've got enough loaded up, but should be able to get, and thinking we might be able to get enough on the trailer to actually complete the contract, which would be cool. That would be very useful. Yeah. I think probably going to get enough delivered to complete the contract and call it a day for the video because I do need to go do a bunch of decorating. Come on. Grab it. Cool. What's that? 6. And that'll be 12. It's much easier if bale collecting mode works because you can just drive around the field. But, you know, it's okay. It's still much easier than manually collecting. Yeah, if I say it's grass silage, then when we drive around the field that has a mixture, we are not accidentally going to pick up the wrong types of bale. I am really impressed that the little agro star is doing its thing. 12, 15. We're going to get 24 on here, I think, which is going to be not quite enough to complete the contracts, I don't think. Baler is done, which is brilliant. 3 more bales to pick up. Right, we'll get a full load, we'll deliver them, then we'll see what we need to pick up to finish both contracts. Stop. Right. Off to the next field, where we got to take them to East Coast Bales. Okay. Which I think is just up the road there. Yeah. I think so. And the nice thing is, because we've got quite a beefy tractor on this, it isn't being bullied by the trailer. Yeah, she did a pretty good job of clearing the field. I will accept that as good enough. And the bale wrapper is doing a cracking job. So, again, not going to complain at that. Now, one more. And let's just double check. East Coast Bales is there, yep. Right. Go get these delivered. Actually, there's some bales to chuck out the back of the baler. I'll do that afterwards. So I'm going to get the contract completed, and that will be it for today. Come on. Not to that hilly or bumpy. Imagine if we were using a little tractor. Bunk the old beacons on. So one thing I have had to do on here, so I did say, I think in the Glenarden video, I've almost finished making the side panel thingy. And I had accidentally remapped some of the mouse controls. And so I had to clear that and reset them. Thankfully, I don't really have any custom key binding, so it was just a case of resetting them to their defaults. Unload side. So we want to, actually we can just unstrap them. There we go. So, how are we doing? 7 is complete. And Six needs 38,000 litres. Turn beacons off, they were annoying me. Right, let's go grab a few more bales. Find my words. Really do enjoy playing on this map. It's the road layout feels very intuitive. It looks awesome. Yeah, it's a really nice map. And I know the road layout is based on real world, which maybe is why it's intuitive. But that's not a guarantee in the UK, to be honest. It's not a guarantee over here. Right. Let's quickly empty the bale trailer. Delete. Clear the course. Close that. And unload baler. Just the one? Yep, just the one. Let's park that there so it's not in the way. I'm turning my tractors off like I'm supposed to. Otherwise I get whinged at. Right, material type. Delete. Material type. Grass silage. Okay. I am shocked by how well Courseplay has handled wrapping the bales. Should get a double here. Yeah. We need 14,000 one. Oh. And then the rest will be ours. Right, let's go tip this. We'll over deliver by a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, we're going to get a pretty good amount. Yeah, feels very, very UK-ish. I'm sure I've said that before, but, you know, you might not know. It is entirely possible that Google Nav could send you down a road like that field entrance track in the UK. And slightly better than that, maybe much more like this. This is entirely a road that Google could send you down with when you were using SatNav. And it'll be a two-way road, not a one-way road. Yeah. And it'll have traffic on it. It won't be empty either. So that's those done. I'm going to get the rest of these finished. I will see you next time. Actually, before I go, thanks to the YouTube channel members and the patrons. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, click the like button. See ya.